here from the HannibalTV.com with some big daily wrestling news for you in this update. The Elite, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Hangman Page have confirmed with Sports Illustrated that they have each signed new multi-year deals with AEW that will keep them as executive vice presidents with the company as well as their on-screen work. I don't know how much they were offered by WWE, if anything. I don't know. People say, for instance, there might be a bit of a hiring freeze since we're in the process of UFC taking over. But if I had been WWE, I would have really tried to hire those guys just because it would have hurt AEW a lot. I'm sure they're loyal, and I'm sure they were made very good offers. So it's a good thing for AEW to re-sign those guys, without a doubt. They're all very talented. I might not be the biggest super kick fan in the world, but I respect all of those guys, and they are entertaining. Apparently, Tony Khan was a little upset that during the Cody Rhodes WWE documentary, Triple H had made a comment about AEW being a secondary promotion. And Tony Khan's response was, quote, "We certainly won't be the secondary promotion at All In. We're number one in the UK on TV, and with a record gate. I have a lot of respect for Cody. I know they weren't his words, to be fair, but we're not secondary in a lot of markets. For the first time in a long time, WWE has been secondary in a lot of markets. I'm proud of where we're at, and we're not taking a backseat to anybody," end quote. And of course, it was reported last week in the Wrestling Observer that almost 77,000 tickets are out right now for AEW's Wembley Stadium All-In show. That, by the way, Rob Van Dam might be wrestling Jack Perry on that show. I like Rob Van Dam. I've interviewed him, met him multiple times. I hope he gets that payday. And AEW, I mean, as far as total revenues and profits and stuff, of course, WWE is leaps and bounds ahead, but they've been around a lot longer. And AEW is beating WWE in a lot of market. That's true. And both companies are doing great for crowds right now. And I'm happy there's two companies. I'm not biased to either one, but I'm glad WWE is getting competition. And I've seen just as much good and bad in both companies. But I definitely have nothing negative to say about Tony Khan's response there. He should respond. He should stick up for his company. Apparently, in July, U.S. federal law enforcement agents executed a search warrant and grand jury subpoena on WWE Executive Vice Chairman Vince McMahon. It happened on July 17th, 2023. No charges have been brought out of the investigation. So there you go. And as far as Nate Diaz is fighting Jake Paul the same day as SummerSlam. Apparently, according to Nate Diaz, who does appear to have pretty bad CTE, I have to say. And I'm not just saying from recent interviews, but I've been told this by mutual friends that I have that he does have CTE issues. But apparently WWE offered to promote some type of fight between him and Logan Paul. And Nate Diaz said he turned it down because of the WWE quote saying he didn't like funny shit, didn't want to be part of funny shit like that, end quote. Logan Paul said that was a weak cop-out. Apparently, it was a very good offer made by WWE to try and promote that. Who knows? I know I have zero interest in seeing Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul. And I predict that Jake Paul is probably going to win that one. Dave, I'm doing great. I've still got a lot of physical building up to do, but I'm on the mend and following the news, working away. I just posted a match from Smith Falls, the Great North Wrestling event between the Bruiser and Hardcore Steve, which was the local wrestlers match. The Harry Smith versus Nunzio match is already up. The girls match featuring Viperous and Jessica Black is already up. So I'm just trying to get all of that edited for Jack Kilby as he moves on for the November 4th GNW event in Renfrew, which, by the way, it's no longer going to be super crazy on that event. He's going to be replaced by someone that's going to be announced soon because the event was delayed a few months so the Blood Hunter could wrestle on that card. But Super Crazy will still wrestle on a future GNW event, probably next year. But there will be at least one other, it appears, from what I understand, there's going to be another former WWE superstar added to that Great North Wrestling event in Renfrew. With more information is at HannibalTV.com. It is November 4th, not September 2nd. And it will be the last Great North Wrestling event of the year recorded for the Hannibal TV, which, by the way, please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Just shy of 365,000 subscribers. Jack Kilby interviewed the Pope, Elijah Burke, last night, speaking of Great North Wrestling for the Great North Wrestling podcast. I didn't know much about him. I liked his interview. I forgot that he was managing Sylvester Terkay. And then I went back and watched a few of those matches. And I do believe one of the reasons why Terkay didn't get over was because they had him do fake MMA rather than pro wrestling. Fans can watch MMA and know the difference between real MMA and fake MMA. And if they just had him wrestle like a wrestler, maybe he would have had that match against The Undertaker that Elijah Burke said he was supposed to have at WrestleMania 2023. By the way, Terkay is another guy from Rick Bassman's UPW school. The Bassman got signed. No gimmicks guy Jack Kilby says yes, there will be a former WWE superstar November 4th in Renfrew at the Armories. The ice is back in the arenas. This is an Armory. Tickets will be more limited for this event, so get them now at ticketweb.ca. More info at thehannibaltv.com. Help me out. Give this video a like and have a great afternoon. I'm going out there to get some exercise, then do DDP yoga, which I've been doing every single day. He called me the other week. Very motivating to keep doing it, and it's helping me. So I'm a big proponent of that. I thought it was a work when I first heard about it. It's not. It helps.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button.